right, Outlaw Radio Live fans. We are live on the air in full effect with none other than Mr. Hotbox, formerly known as B.O.X. B.O.X. How you doing tonight?
Greetings from the west side. What's happening to?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I've been excited for this interview, man. I have to ask you, what made you decide to get into the music industry?
Well, it's funny because I actually got into the business when I was in the fourth grade. I was 9 years old, supposed to be taking fraction notes, and in class, and I was actually writing rhymes because I already knew fractions. But I was trying to serve somebody at lunchtime, and it just so happened, I took that same rhyme to the studio, and I skipped the demo process. They was ready to do records after me, So I've been in the game a pretty long time. It's been about 37 years.
Oh, damn, man. Well, you know what? You're a pioneer, man. That's all I got to say, man. You have a lot of years on there, man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
You're most certainly welcome, man. I have to say, man, I remember when I was young bumping your original B.O.X. album, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
Legendary.
Yes, sir.
Man, legendary.
Yes, sir. Thank you. That came about, I actually made that album in high school, my 11th and 12th grade year in high school. And once I graduated, I was actually signed to Mercury Polygram, and they were ready to drop it by the time I graduated because I was old enough to start promo touring and things like that. But I've been so young in the game. It was times I used to have a work permit in order to get out to do some of this rap stuff.
That's crazy, man. Also, I have to ask, the name Mr. Hotbox, what made you decide to change your name from Box to Mr. Hotbox?
Well, seeing that I didn't know what kind of legal issues I would have with Polygram Mercury because I was signed with them first. And once I left them, I moved to Miami and started an independent label. And it was right after I had the deal, so I didn't want to have any legal ramifications. So I kind of joined the group and changed my name a bit, and it just stuck with me coming out here. I had the pleasure of working with a lot of guys, and like Pimp C and Daz and Sir Jinx and other guys like that. And, they were all privy to who Hotbox is, so I just kept the brand going.
Also, you
after I got up.
Oh, sorry about that.
Sorry about that. Sorry.
Oh, no, it's all good. You can go ahead. Well, I was going to ask, you also work with the legendary Eazy-E, and also you were signed to Ruthless Records. How did you get connected with Eazy-E and initially get signed with Ruthless?
That's funny, because I wrote on an album for this artist named Stefan, and he was in MC Breed's video, the LA video, and he's the guy that's pop locking in front of the Okie Dog, and he got signed to Ruthless, so I wound up helping him with his record, and Eazy kind of put two and two together because he was crazy about one of the songs on that old Beyond Ordinary album. And then he heard the stuff I turned in for Stefan, so he stepped to me himself, him and Jerry, and they offered me a right deal. So I was actually in Ruthless as a songwriter, and I wrote some pieces for JJ Fad, and I got with CPO and Chocolate, the guy that produced and wrote Ice Ice Baby for Vanilla Ice. We did the Hoes with Attitudes album together.
Did you ever write any of Eazy's work?
Any Eazy? No, I didn't get to, because most of his work was along the heels of him having a fallout with Dre and stuff like that, and BG Knockout Drayster was already in place handling that business.
That makes sense. That's pretty cool, though. You
yeah.
Be a songwriter for actually Ruthless, man. You probably wrote tons of legendary classics, man. That are still bumping in people's stereos today.
Oh yeah, a lot of them. I've been doing a lot of ghostwriting through my whole career, and that's what most of it is. I did a lot of performances, but most of my work has been ghostwriting from, I'm talking about legendary ghostwriting.
Hey man, you know what? That's pretty cool though. You know what I mean? I actually have to say you were probably the first ghostwriter that I actually had up on the show, man. So that's awesome.
Yeah. I was doing it back in the 90s. 92, I was ghostwriting.
Hey man, that's when the best rap came out, man. So thank you for your contribution.
Yeah, man.
Real shit.
Oh man, this makes me smile. I love, you know what? Hip hop changes so many faces, and these younger cats are not into what older cats are doing. But I've been happy to find a happy medium in it. Like, these kids are digging my stuff now. They might not dig my stuff I had back then, and at least I got stuff back then. But they digging the new stuff now. So I'm kind of happy to see I can stand the test of time. I feel like an E40 or something,
But I also have to ask, man, one of my favorite songs that you did, man, actually, back in the day, one of your old school songs was called Rock That, man. I have to ask, what's the inspiration behind that song?
Well, that song was more of a call and response record with DJ Battlecat, because me and Cat had gotten so close, and we were introduced by Uncle Jam before he died. So God bless the dead, Roger Clayton. He introduced me to Battlecat, and that started a whole legacy of music for me. But Rock That Ass was a call and response record, and it was like, in those days it was hot to be your DJ, and if your DJ could incorporate stuff in your rhymes, then that was cool. So I just did a whole rhyme of it. So if you listen to the song, I'm rhyming. The cat is doing a lot of cutting and scratching to fill in words that I was supposed to say in my rhymes. But back in those days, it was cool for your DJ to ad-lib in your rhymes,
Oh, hell yeah.
But that's what we did. That was like me and Battlecat's record.
Yeah, man. That's
just to show the world who we are.
I bumped that song like it just came out yesterday, man. I love that track.
Thank you, man.
Hey, man, you're most certainly welcome, man. Like I said, I've been a fan for a long time, so this is... I love what I do because I get to talk to amazing individuals like yourself and help promote your music, man. So it's like a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, and at the same time, I'm a fan too. I listen to everybody. I'm telling you right now, even independent. So if your music is out there and it's banging, you think ain't nobody listening, I'm listening. I listen to everything. I'm really a fan of this rap. Of course, I do rap, but I'm really a big fan of it, and I try to keep that in my repertoire. Being a fan, it humbles me.
And speaking
it keeps me from being...
Oh, sorry about that.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of your repertoire, you did a song with Snoop Dogg called Last Days. How did you and Snoop Dogg get all hooked up?
That came about because we were actually doing a song for Bone. And G-Bone, I don't know if you guys know who G-Bone is, but G-Bone is the head blood guy on Training Day. He's the guy that Denzel Washington was doing a lot of dialogue with. He was the head blood dude. And he shot his own documentary called Masters of the Party on HBO. And he wanted a song for it. And Battlecat already had the song. But he was like, let's do it. And I did the song. He liked it so much. He took it to Snoop. Snoop jumped right on it. Snoop liked it too. And it was for a great movement. So, and Snoop is he's always, foot first in when it comes to something positive. Whether it be with the kids or whether it be some social kind of thing. Snoop is always real big and humanitarian when it comes to that.
And also, you also did a song with Daz Dillinger called Animal. Honestly, I'm pretty sure it's probably through the whole Snoop thing, but how did you and Daz get connected?
You know what? We met, and this is funny. I was getting some tracks done by Pimp C, and I was actually at Pimp C's house in Atlanta, and he had just did and sipping on scissor 365. As I was coming up out the stairs of his basement, I walked right by Daz. I said, Daz? I said, what? We just started talking, and I introduced him to the CEO, who my partner was at the time. And after a few short sentences, after PMC got done with what he was doing, Daz came back to Miami with us and recorded a few tracks and shot a video with us. And come to find out, I live right down the street from Daz's dad. So it was like, oh, it's a beautiful thing. I didn't even know his dad lived in Florida, but at the time I was in Miami, Florida. And I was living right down the street from his dad, so he would always come through. We would always mess around. Most of these relationships I have are like that. They're more family oriented. Business and all of that stuff is more family stuff.
I also saw on your Instagram a photo of you and Danny Glover. Where was that photo taken, and what was it like meeting Danny?
That video was in, that photo was shot in San Francisco, and Danny Glover was actually doing a video with E.A. from Oakland. He's a rapper in Oakland, California, and, I have much respect for him. I've been working with him since about 92, but Ski has always been on point with his business. He releases dope records. So I jumped in the video with him, and here Ice Cube made that Glover in the video. And come to find out, Ski was doing big things. Ski is actually the producer who did all those Spice One hits.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he did 187. All that old stuff is produced by E.A. E.A. does, he has a song called Last If I Have To on the Friday soundtrack, if you guys haven't heard of it.
I think I heard of that one, actually.
Yeah, he's a solid dude. He's in this, in the game too, pretty much. But that's how I got my start, through him. And cats like Battle Cat and stuff like that.
Speaking of that, in 2018 you were a part of a, DJ Battle. So in 2018 you were a part of a Needle Drop DJ Battle West Coast edition. What was that experience like?
Oh, man, you know what? They called me. It was actually a old friend of mine. He asked me to come perform. And I was very unsure of the performance, but he had called Battle Cat in to come judge the DJ contest, and Cat kind of coached me into it. He was like, come on, man, let's just go in there and tear it up, old school style, like we always do. So that's what happened. It was a DJ battle, but me and Cat, we walked in there and turned it up, did another level. We do that everywhere we go. That's my dude. That's my client.
So I gotta ask, who won the DJ battle?
It was a younger guy. I don't exactly remember his name. It was so long ago. Well, it was actually years changed ago, but I don't rightly remember who won. But it was a younger guy. He was younger. He was dope. He was dope, but he had to show a stage in front of some veteran DJs. They were all on the side. I was too. I wish I could remember his name for you.
It's all good. It's all good. It's going on, actually, I would say almost like 2 years ago, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I forget what the hell I had for dinner the night before, so it's all good. I don't blame you.
Right.
So
I had sort of like a medical accident in 2018, and right after that battle, so everything is kind of coming back. I've been recovering. I've been doing a lot of work, but I had a spill in 2018, and it made me get right with this business.
Well, I'm glad you're still here with us, man. I'm really glad you're still here and that you're actually improving, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, God bless to that, man, most definitely.
Yeah, I figured if he give me another chance to do it, I need to do it and stop playing.
Most definitely, man. You know what I mean? And you're definitely putting in work, man. You have tons of singles out. And I have to ask, where can everybody buy your music?
You guys can buy it on all the major all the major electronic outlets like, Tidal and Google Play Music. You guys can get it on Amazon. I have a lot of Spotify action, a lot of Apple Music stuff. If you guys just check out Hotbox or Mr. Hotbox, you guys will see a lot of my singles there. And of course, you guys can go on there and electronically purchase whatever records you want to purchase. I have a few singles out now, and they're doing pretty good. But it would be nice to have all your love and support. I really do this so I can see how the people feel about me and my music. That's very important.
So also on December 12th, you did a private preview party plus brand mixer showcasing with other artists and comedians. What was that experience like, and how did that come to be?
Well, it was actually different. It was like a forum to showcase your videos. So it was, excuse me, it was like, it was really a video preview show of what to look out for in the future. So I went in there with all three of my videos, the new ones, and, I showcased my talent just as well. I tried to do it a little different than everybody else, but it was mainly to showcase the videos, and I had a great time. And I think everybody enjoyed the videos.
I also have to ask you, what's next for you? Like, what's next for Mr. Hotbox? Any concerts? Any albums you want to promote? Anything you want to let our listeners know about tonight?
Well, right now I'm working with an artist named Yoki 700. I partnered up with my good friend Mr. Mark, and we formed a new label called Static Music Group. And I still have Hotbox LLC. That's actually my label. But I'm going to do something a little different. Like, I've noticed when a lot of these artists come up under certain rappers, certain CEOs, they don't get the push and they don't get the respect promotionally. So I created another label so my new artists don't get mixed up in my record company shuffle. Because I got a lot of people that haven't been listening to me over the years. And, although they cater to that, I want to give my new artists new life. And I gave them a new label so they can do that on. They don't have to follow my footsteps. But that's what I'm working on now. I have Hotbox LLC. I also have Static Music Group. And we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything. It's Hotbox LLC on Facebook, Mr. Hotbox on Twitter, and Big Box on Instagram. If y'all want to tune me.
And I have to ask, man, you are a legendary individual in the game. Like you said, 37 years, you rap, you ghostwrite, you work with many famous people. And I have to ask, for these up-and-coming artists that actually want to make it in the game, what's some great advice you can give them?
Please stay creative and get outside of your own self, because the people that listen to these records and the people that monetize these records are not music experts. So, us as musicians, we put a lot into verses and bars and how long this is going to be. The average listener don't know nothing about that. They just know what sounds good to them and what sounds bad to them. So I would say, if you create music, listen to what your audience is liking and disliking, and start to mess with your musical talent that way to become a better artist. Because it's all about these other people. It's not about us. It's not about us being the musicians and the experts and all that. It's about the common people. So I make common songs for common people, and it's been working for me.
So I have to ask, Hotbox, this is the time in the interview that I give the chance for the individual that comes on my show a chance to give shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, and also their social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you on all social media platforms if they're not already doing that.
Well, like I said, you can follow me on all my pages. You can follow me on Facebook, Hotbox LLC. I'm on Mr. Hotbox on Twitter, MR Hotbox, all one word, and Big Box, BIGG underscore B.O.X on Instagram. You know, and I have a lot of goodies for you there. I just throw goodies out. I love my fans, and I don't even consider them as fans. I think they all just family. You know, I'll say I love my family.
That's the best way to say it, man. There's not a lot of artists out there that actually really do cater to their fans anymore, man, or as you say, fam. So I gotta say thank you for that, man. Thank you for putting in so much work for 37 years, man. Help making like the rap game, man. Like 37 years. Thank you for your contribution, man.
Still going, man. Still going.
Hey, you know what I mean? Hopefully for many more years to come, you know what I mean? Ain't no stopping Mr. Hotbox.
Yeah, ain't no stopping Mr. Hotbox. I'm gonna be a whole Chris Jones in the game. You know, I'm trying to be that guy.
Hey, well, you know what? I gotta say, Hotbox, thank you so much for coming up on Outlaw Radio Lab, man. It was an absolute honor and a blessing. Merry Christmas to you and your entire family, man. Happy holidays and a happy New Year.
Happy holidays. Much love and blessings to all of y'all listening and all y'all providing the airwaves. I love all of y'all.
Thank you so much for coming up on Outlaw Radio, Hotbox. You have yourself a wonderful night, man.
Yeah, you too, bro.